Welcome back, everybody, or welcome if you are new. Today we're in the 358 Modifieds here at Kokomo. Everywhere is at Kokomo this week, like all the cars. I don't know why. I don't enjoy this track that much, but we got some speed. Ran an 071 in practice. This guy ran a 9, which is absolutely flying. I don't know how the hell he did that. But I ran like a 970 before. That's the fastest I've ran. Other than that, it's been like the lower 13s. But this track already came in a little bit worn out, and it drives so weird. Try to get a good run off of this. I'm just going to run the high side the first lap, and then I'll run the low side the second lap, because the low side should be faster on the second lap, or the low side in 3 and 4, I should say, not in 1 and 2. 1 and 2, you want to stay on the high side. Just got to not clip the wall. I clipped the wall. Fuck. Well, my second lap's not going to count. That sucks a lot. I was too sideways there in 3 and 4 anyways. That really sucks. I was just trying to get as much of a run in as we could for that second lap. And when you ride the high side in 3 and 4, you get a lot of momentum in the 1 and 2. I literally barely clipped it. Just barely. God dang it. I wish I would have ran low on the first lap then. So, we've got one guy left to qualify, so I'll pick it up and we're getting ready to go green. And it looks like we'll be 5th, maybe 6th. Alright, well, we stayed in 5th. This is going to be a struggle of a race, starting mid-pack. That 11 car is so fast. It's kind of crazy. He is so quick. But hopefully we don't end up in too much of a mess back here. It's going to be a struggle for sure. The top line on 1 and 2 is definitely faster. Lower side in 3 and 4 when you run it right is quick. But you can really get a lot of momentum off of 3 and 4 if you run that right as well. But it's so easy to overdrive off of 4 and smack the wall. But if you hit the wall in these cars, unlike the limited late models, you really can't speed your car up, which is great. I love that because the limited late models were annoying here with that wall glitch. But if you tap the wall here in this track with these cars, your front end comes around, you're gonna go soaring up the wall. You're gonna be wall riding like literally sideways on the side of your car. It's gonna be real bad. Then you might get some front wheel damage, and that will mess you all up for sure. So let's try not to do that. I would like to run the low side in 3 and 4 as much as we can, and the high side in 1 and 2, but the high side in 1 and 2 is very thin right now. Started out somewhat thin, but like the middle of it is super thin, like where I tapped the wall in qualifying. You could see like the grip, like the little cushion that it has. It's not really a cushion in iRacing, but you could see where it is, and it like disappears at the wall in the middle of the corner and then comes back. Like it's like a diamond effect in that corner. It's weird. This track does pose a lot of issues though. People racing each other. It seems like a lot of people get into each other. Everyone's trying to go for the same line. Cars push up really hard off the corners. Just got to be careful about that if somebody's on your inside. Or if you're the car on the inside, try not to do that. Try to stay as straight as possible.
All right, boys and girls.
It's going to be an interesting race starting back here.
Great race car, great race track for us. Really nice little pit box here. I think
But like the super late models were here, which I really don't want to run the supers here. I'm okay with running like slower cars, but not really supers at this track. 11 car had a real good restart. 2 car had a pretty good one too. Probably could have came up, but didn't want to. 4 car is completely sideways and just slowed everybody's momentum, or at least mine. It looks like I'm the only one that took an issue in that. I fucked up and hit the tire. That was awful. Hopefully I don't have wheel damage from that, because these cars get wheel damage kind of easy. Now we're back to 8th. Yay. I really messed up on that first lap. God dang it. All my momentum was gone from that first corner, and the 4 car got super sideways. That messed me all up. But if you take that corner at speed, you can really keep your car straight. And it's good, and I got real sideways there. The bumps in the track mess you up a lot. Just sideways going down the backstretch. It's not the right way to do it. It's gonna be so hard to pass, probably. Somebody's gonna have to get in the wall. Oh, the 2 cars in the wall. He's flipping. That's what happens if you get in the wall in these cars. Right there. He went up for the wall for a ride and came back down on his roof. And then flipped a couple times. I need to take like a wider angle into that. But I like this kind of running where you're low in 3 and 4. You have less momentum going into 1, so it doesn't push your car as hard up into the corner. But if you run the high side in 3 and 4, you get a lot of momentum into 1 and 2. 9 car just hit the 7 out the way. 7 car is somewhat slow on the bottom. I was interested to see if he was going to come up there or not. Should pass him, get side by side at least with him there. If you're going to run that bottom, you got to run it perfect to be fast, especially in both corners. 1 and 2 is not ideal on the bottom, in my opinion. So we're up to 6th, almost back up to where we started. This race is not going well for us, to say the least. At least it's staying out of the wall for now in 1 and 2, knock on wood. 3 and 4 stays further off the wall, but it pushes up real hard off of 4. So you got to be careful about that. That's the same in the late models as well. It pushed up real hard off of 4 in those cars as well. Just the way this track is, I guess. Coming off of 4 and going into 1 is pushes real hard. Got some room behind us. Let's try to run this bottom again. Do sideways. It just doesn't have too much down there anymore. Definitely has lost a lot of grip. Everybody running down there. Topside just, you carry so much momentum. Did not want to turn in that corner. Trying to get my back wheels as much as I can. Right on the edge. To be fast. Oh, clouds are rolling in. That makes it weird, like going from daytime to like somewhat dark out of nowhere. It's so weird how dark the dirt got too. It's so interesting. Might mess some people up visually. That felt like a pretty good 3 and 4. This guy's running the bottom now. Oh, he's in the wall. Oh, don't come down like that, dude. Come on. I was going to try to go down low on him and pass him off of 2. Because he was stuck in the wall. I'm happy we didn't get any wheel damage from the beginning of this race where I hit the tire. That really messed that up. But on this high side in 1 and 2, you really got to be right up on that wall like we are. We're fast up here. We just don't have the track position at this point. I'm kind of just following the 9. Well, I didn't follow him there, because I hit the wall and he didn't. In the wall again, but my front end didn't come around at least, so able to keep most of my speed. Should be able to clear this car on the inside now. Sun's coming back out. Dang it, I keep smacking the wall 1 and 2 now. Keeping the guy on the inside there because I keep hitting the wall. 9 car is starting to pull away because he's doing better on the top than I am now. So we're back up to 5th, back up where we started. 4 car finally pulled up. He's been running the bottom literally the entire race, so he might end up making a mistake because he hasn't ran the top this race. There's his mistake. And comes down into the 9, getting off the wall and spins. So we're up to 4th. Kind of saw that coming. When you run 1 lane the entire race and then you switch it up mid-race or towards the end. Oh, there's 35 laps in this race, not 30. Interesting. I do the same thing. If I change my lineup in the middle of the race, like if you guys saw my last street stock race, I was running the high side, both corners, the entire time. Then right middle of the race, started going low in 3 and 4. First time I did, smacked the inside wall, lost 2 spots. Or lost a spot, almost 2, side by side with 2nd to 3rd. So, it definitely happens. If I wouldn't have lost all that track position, hitting that tire on the first lap, might have been closer to 2nd place. Probably would have been in front of the 9. But happy we're up to 4th now. Just trying to stay out the wall. Try not to make a mistake like other guys are. That's like all the, oh god, what happened there? That was like a synchronized slide, like where they both just got 90 degrees sideways. That was kind of hilarious. I hope they don't do that again though, because they are in front of us now. And the 3 car just hit the 8 out of the way, it looks like. Either that or the 8 just got super sideways and the 3 went around. I'm not 100% sure, but in my point of view, it looked like the 3 just knocked the 8 out of the way. 9 car tapped the wall again, but he got off it real quick this time. I feel the slightest bit quicker than the 9, but I've made more mistakes. By far, made more mistakes. Got 2 laps left, though, coming up this time. Catching 2nd place. We definitely are. We just don't got the laps to do it. Gotta hope for the 9 to make a mistake here. That 11 car has been fast the whole time, though. Good for him. Good win on him as long as he makes it one more lap. Trying to go low here. Not really gonna throw a slider or anything. Just want to go low. Good race. Me and the 9 just like ran the top the entire time. I followed him around. Good race. He was quick. I wish I wouldn't have made the mistakes I did in the beginning, because that ruined the beginning for me. That was awful. And we were just able to stay out of the way. Alright, here's the beginning. 4 car, completely sideways, lost all his momentum. I had to check up. That completely destroyed my momentum as well. And then I just completely messed up, went too low into that corner. Hit that tire. I'm happy I didn't flip. I got so close to flipping there, because front tire hit it, came up on 2 tires. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna go for a ride. I got hit by the 8, which is unfortunate for the 8. That's my bad. I completely messed that up. But that's where the 9 got by us. He started way back here. Holy shit. He started back in 10th, yeah. And he just went around on the outside from everybody checking up on the inside. You'll see him up at the top, now on the bottom, and go flying on by because I messed up. So I think I could have finished 3rd here, because I messed up that much in the beginning. Where was the 4 car that messed up? He came up like later in the race. Yeah, here he is. He ran the bottom literally every lap until going into this lap. Then he sees the 9 and I flying up on him. Mainly the 9 at this point, because I lost the 9 some. Then he starts running the high side. And it definitely was faster. It was definitely faster. The 11 car hooked up real well, being up out front. And he was gone. 2 car, or not the 2 car, the 5 car. Yeah, there he is. Hitting the wall. Getting off, like, he literally climbed the wall. That's what I was talking about, literally wall riding in these cars, because if your back end hits it, your front end comes around, your front right tire is going to come up. And then the 9 car really had nowhere to go. He's just turning down under him, and the 4 car got spun around from it, which is unfortunate for the 4, but that happens. Happy we were able to miss that. 2 car. He hit the wall or something. He was in 2nd place. He did the same thing completely, and he just stayed in the gas too, and it flipped him. But at that point, when you go up the wall, you really got to get off the gas. Because he stayed in the gas, and it just hooked him when he hit the ground. And it flipped him, and he went around for a ride. And then I think his car... Oh, Jesus. What the hell? Yeah, he was screwed from that point. But that 11 car was fast. He didn't really have any issues. The 5 car ran the bottom the entire time. Good job not messing up down there and being as fast as he was. Because we were definitely catching him. He was running 4s, 5s consistently, it looks like. And then towards the end of that race, where was the 9 and I? 9 was running 4s, then some 5s, 3s still up there. What? I need to go back and look at what happened with them, because that was kind of funny. I was running 3s and 4s as well. I was catching the 9 there for a little bit. What the hell happened between the 3 and the 8 here? 3 did hit him out of the way. So they were having something going on for, oh god, a while. 3 car goes to slide in. There's no chance you were going to make that, buddy. He went to go throw a slider, and the 8's just running his damn line. I'm guessing the 8 ran the low side over and over again. Watch. And the 3 car is angry at him for some reason. Yeah, the 8 car is just running the bottom. And these guys are fighting for 9th and 10th position at this point. Good racing there. Clean. 3 car starts to go on the bottom. 8 car is still just running it better at that point. Still just staying right along the bottom. 8 car hasn't done anything wrong yet. Comes up. It hits the 3 there, which is unfortunate for the 3. That was... The 3 was super sideways there coming off the corner. He lost all his momentum. The 8 probably expected him to be higher at that point, which I would have too. I think that's just like racing and stuff happens. But right here, the 3 car just goes in completely low. Not trying to make the corner at all. Oh, that was right into the leader too almost. Holy shit. 8 car is angry, which I don't doubt I would be too. And now they're just basically just trying to wreck each other. 8 car hits the 3 right in front of all the leaders, or 2nd and 3rd, and me back there. And then going into this corner, 3 car just gets the back left of the 8, spins him around. That was a mess of a race. Did anything else happen the last few laps between them? I really wonder. Oh, and the 8 car. What the hell? How did you do that? He smacked the wall, got up on the wall, and then he was sideways and then just driving down the track on his 2 wheels. That was hilarious. Yeah, his car just did not turn there. He was just hitting the gas, trying to get to go somewhere. Back left tire just kept barely hitting the ground and going down the track. That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. That's so funny. And the 3 car just went by. That's kind of funny. And that was it for him, yeah. Oh my, that was a mess. But good racing with the 9. I stayed with him most of the time. We were car number 1, finishing 4th. We might lose a little bit of iRating. Just a little bit, but I'm happy we ended up gaining some spots because we were all the way back in 8th at the beginning, so had to try to come up through the field and not make any more mistakes. Luckily, we didn't make any more mistakes, so I was definitely catching the 9. I just couldn't get by him. It was so tough to pass. So, good racing by them. Great win by the 11. He's going to gain a ton of iRating for sure. So, we might definitely... I think we're going to lose a little bit of iRating because there's going to be a lot of iRating gain between the 11 and the 9. And probably the 10 too. So, probably going to lose a little bit of iRating here. But let's go see what we end up getting. Alright, results are in. Strength of field was pretty good, 25.75. That was a pretty high strength of field. 11 car was by far the fastest the entire race. He won by over 2 seconds. He was flying up there at the top. We ended up losing 2 iRating. That's not too bad. I knew there was going to be a ton of iRating gain up here, so I kind of figured we would lose a little bit between the 10, the 11, the 9, and even the 5 got a good amount of iRating up there. Wow. So... all the iRating distributes equally, the minus and gaining, so I figured we'd lose a little bit where we were, but I'm happy we rebounded back up to 4th at least, because I fell all the way back to like 8th or 9th from hitting that inside tire in 3 and 4. Don't do that. If you're going to run the bottom, run it like the 5 did. Don't hit anything, and just be consistent down there. He was super fast up until the last probably 10 laps, because we were definitely catching him the last 10 laps. And that 9 car was faster on that outside. He never diverted from it, and he hit the wall a couple times, but it was just too hard to get around him. And if they're just running the high side good enough, it's going to be tough to get around him. I don't know exactly where the 11 was running most of the time. I'm guessing the top, like we were. He probably got his fast lap running the low side in 3 and 4. I had a pretty good fast lap compared to most. I think I had the 2nd fastest lap. Yeah, I did. Oh, no, 3rd. 2 cars fast in the beginning, too, but he ended up hitting the wall the lap after he got his fastest lap, so that's kind of funny. But don't hit the wall or the tires in these cars, because your front end's going to go flying up the wall or flying in the air from the tire, and you're probably going to flip. I got lucky and didn't flip. The 8 car kind of caught me behind, unfortunately for him. I feel bad for that. I accidentally got in his way, but it is what it is. That's the beginning of the race antics where everything can happen and everyone just hitting each other. But we got out of there with only a 2x. Didn't lose any safety because I've had 499 forever. But happy with how we did, at least. We were able to rebound. Running that top is faster by far. Not going to run the supers here this week because I really don't want to. Those cars are going to be way too fast and too much horsepower for this track. It's going to be ridiculous, and everybody's going to be wall riding most likely. So next race is probably going to be the UMPs at Weed Sport. I'm interested in running that because I like Weed Sport a lot, and the UMPs are a lot of fun. So it should be an interesting mix. But I appreciate you guys for watching as always. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the race nonetheless. I made it real interesting in the beginning, thinking I was about to flip, and I really thought I was going to. So like, comment, subscribe if you want to see some more racing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.